Welcome back to Warrior Wrestling Greatest Matches. This next match on the countdown has everything. High-flying, hard strikes, a slap so hard it made the person's teammates walk out into the audience. This is from Warrior Wrestling 8. It's the Stronghearts, Shima, T-Hawk, and Lindemann versus the Rascalz.
Stronghearts making their debuts here tonight at Warrior Wrestling, and I'll tell you what, if you're not familiar with them, Shima, the former Toriumon graduate, trained under Ultimo Dragon. And listen to the fans know who they are, Nick.
Take it in.
That is Desmond Xavier on the left of your screen on the turnbuckle, and Shima with the tassel. Shima was a star in Dragon Gate Wrestling, had a bit of a falling out there. Has been one of the cornerstones of OVE, Oriental Wrestling Entertainment out of China. Well, yes, indeed, all these guys. I've been really impressed by El Lindemann, who is the smaller of the Stronghearts, and T-Hawk has been exciting as well. But Nick, I think that you're really going to enjoy, heads up here. I think you're going to enjoy watching the Stronghearts, especially Lindemann. He's what, 5'3", 100, I don't know, 40, 50 pounds or so, but he is jacked.
And here we go, everybody just waging war in the middle of the ring. This is a Warrior Wrestling show, so that makes a lot of sense. Oh! Like a shotgun blast.
And Lindemann winding up. Here it comes over the top.
Taking out all three members of the Rascalz, and we are game on here. We have started off hot in this big six-man tag. Now the Rascalz here have become mainstays at Warrior Wrestling. This month taking on the Stronghearts. Last show took on Chaos, Will Ospreay, Amazing Red, Rocky Romero. And look at that.
Desmond Xavier was dumped in under the ropes. Oh!
Shima
by
there.
Lindemann.
Yeah, Shima there was taunting him. And Lindemann here getting in on the action, and we are finally starting to get some control here. And good job, referee Nate, for trying to get this action finally under control. Nice ups and downs, and a test of cardio here between both men.
Lindemann able to duck under the clothesline attempt and delivers a belly-to-back suplex to Desmond Xavier.
You know, I see stuff like that, and I think about the Matrix, right? I think I'd only be able to do that if I moved at half speed.
Lindemann makes the tag to Shima.
And Shima here looking like he's going to jump in, and he does. A nice senton there to the inside. And last summer, I got to put over Shima and Christopher Daniels in AEW at Fyter Fest. Just absolutely tore the house down. For someone like me who's only become familiar with the Stronghearts the past few years, it's been incredible watching Shima sign here in the States.
As I was saying earlier on, Shima, a perennial champion in Dragon Gate, and as OVE begins to grow,
you know, and this isn't just a match.
Shima has planted his flag there.
Absolutely, and OVE really, I mean, like some of the stuff they do there is like Kung Fu Pro Wrestling. I've never seen anything like it.
Tag made to T-Hawk.
Well, the Hawk's going to fly, it looks like. Or at least fall.
Xavier trying to get some feeling back in the left arm. And Lindemann with a kick from the outside. Referee trying to gain some control here. And the Stronghearts taking advantage.
That referee Nate, you better keep an eye here on these Stronghearts here. Desmond Xavier.
T-Hawk's going to say, yeah, try again. Give me your best.
What is happening here?
Hold on, I think T-Hawk's going to wind up.
I need my brother. Oh, my. That's how you stop your heart. That's how you break your sternum. And look at referee Nate there, genuinely concerned.
Yeah.
For Xavier.
Wouldn't you be?
And T-Hawk here looking like he's saying, I'm a little bit crazy.
I've seen T-Hawk compete a handful of times, and he'll dole those out, but on the flip side, which I thought he may be doing there, he'll look at his opponent and say, all right, go ahead. Go ahead. Show me what you got. Go ahead.
You say on the flip side, but he flipped him inside-outside with that one, I think.
That is true.
Here we go, one more time. Taking him to the corner. No? I don't know if Xavier's ready to do this again.
He's still trying to catch his breath.
He's saying, please don't.
You ever been chopped like that, Nick?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, he missed. No!
Oh, I think you just upset T-Hawk.
Yes, I think so. I think he tried to poke him in the eye, and I'm not sure that it paid off.
No, T-Hawk seems upset. You know, and there's more here to just 6 men that want to wrestle. We have Xavier and Wince, 2 members of the Rascalz, also former members of Stronghearts. These guys at one time were thick as thieves, now on opposite sides of the ring.
Lindemann distracting the official as the other members of the Stronghearts.
And the Stronghearts
taking advantage with Desmond. Oh, hold on here. Shima is going to wind up. T-Hawk holding Desmond in place. Oh,
nice big chop.
He wants Lindemann to get a lick in. Ooh,
another big chop. And the master of the chop, T-Hawk. Crowd calling for one more.
Look at Xavier's face.
Please don't.
Oh, he is frightened.
Please do not.
He looks like a kid at Halloween.
No, he's fighting off. Trying to fight off at least.
Oh!
So brutal. You feel that in the tips of your toes when you get hit that hard.
Lindemann trying to put this thing away. Xavier out of 2. I was going to say, if you've ever been chopped like that, I remember Booker T chopped me once. Just hauled off and chopped me, and I literally started sweating.
I've been hit so hard in pro wrestling, I've blacked out. I've been hit so hard that I thought I lost teeth. But I don't think that I've ever been hard as T-Hawk is dishing out chops here tonight at Warrior Wrestling.
I mean, that'll bruise the sternum.
And I got him.
Oh! Xavier able to get the leg up into Lindemann's face now, turning with some shots to the other members of the Stronghearts.
And finally, Xavier able to get to the corner. And Trey Miguel here, House of Fire.
It's actually House of Fire.
That's
Did you know that?
That's what I said.
I thought you said House of Fire.
House of, well, that's what I said. Yeah, I got it right. Shut up, Rich. Look, this match is going well. I'm correct. And now Trey Miguel. Oh! Bringing Lindemann into the corner.
Face breaker. Oh my God, it's in action all over the place. Cover. Kick out at 2. I'm just trying to get you fired up here, Houseman.
Yeah, I'm a House of Fire. H-A-U-S, House of Fire over here.
Of or of? House of Fire.
I got it right. Shut up, Rich. Back to the action. In the middle of the ring here, Trey Miguel getting Lindemann to his feet. The crowd is on fire.
Sheesh. It's cutting into you tonight.
Enjoying the action. I'm having a good time, Rich.
High knee right into the chin.
And in tandem, taking him to the mat.
Oh!
And Xavier took so much punishment earlier.
Cover, leg hooks. And Lindemann out at 2.
So much abuse early in this match Xavier took. Nice to see the Rascalz finally get some moves strung together here.
That burning leaf smell seems to have dissipated a bit.
And it was really just right when they came through the curtain.
Yeah, it really was. And now I think a little receipt for some of those chops earlier on.
Well, you got to remember again, like I said, Wince and Xavier, they're former members of Stronghearts. Trey Miguel here, the latest to get his licks in.
Quick tags in and out. Slingshot senton.
That cocky.
And into the cover. Oh, nearly put Lindemann away.
That cocky bravado from the Rascalz, I mean, it may help you feel better in the moment, but it has not helped them pick up victories here in Warrior Wrestling. As they lost a Fatal 4-Way to Brian Cage back at Warrior Wrestling 4. They lost to Chaos at Warrior Wrestling 7. They lose a lot. You know, that's what I'm saying.
So you're calling the Rascalz losers?
Well, I'm saying they've lost a lot here. They need to get it together, focus a little bit more on the in-ring action.
You can mark that down right here. Nick Houseman from WrestleZone. Oh, called the Rascalz losers.
Well, I don't work for WrestleZone anymore, so that's good.
Wrestling Inc. I'm sorry, the executive editor or whatever you are.
Thank you. I've worked around. I've been around. But listen to those fans here wanting, I think, everybody to get to their feet.
Lindemann's happy to tag out, and Shima, now the legal man for the Stronghearts. Nice drop kick.
And Trey getting thrown back into his own corner, but not able to get the tag. And Shima on him.
Desmond Xavier from behind. Oh, and Shima
Sandwiched them together.
ramming the partners into each other. Double knee face breaker.
And tossing Xavier. Wow.
Double stomp.
Look at Shima here, single-handedly taking on all 3 members of the Rascalz.
Who's the legal man?
I wish I knew.
Well,
T-Hawk
T-Hawk is now legal for the Stronghearts.
I believe it's Trey, yeah.
I think that's correct. Trey Miguel is the legal man. Double elbows. And heads up for Lindemann. Oh! Fantastic teamwork, cover.
I've never seen anything like that, Rich.
I'm not sure what you would call that. It almost looked like a foosball player.
Sure.
Like the foosball. You know what I'm talking about.
Call it the foosball flip. That's a good.
I like that. The foosball flip.
The foosball
That's
flip.
good, yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
I think we just coined a phrase here tonight.
I think we did.
T-Hawk. Irish whip. Reverse. Oh! Big shit out power bomb.
And that hurts your back, but it pops you in the back of the head as well, possibly knocked out. Desmond Xavier.
If you're not able to tuck your head on the way down, your head just bounces off the off the mat.
Feels like you're swimming underwater. And talk about feeling like you're swimming underwater. Look at the sweat pouring off Trey Miguel's face here. Is T-Hawk back on the offense?
Oh! Low drop kick to the knee. Missed with the kick and connects with the enziguri. Oh! Now, whatever that was, I have no idea. That was impressive. And there go the Rascalz, dive into the outside.
That's a triple drop kick. I mean, I don't know what else to call it.
Cover. Xavier nearly got the pinfall on T-Hawk. But it was like, wasn't there like a drop kick and a flip?
Sure.
Right, I don't even know what I just saw.
Flipping triple drop kick, a foosball triple drop kick.
I guess it was. That's one of the things I enjoy about watching the Rascalz compete is that they're really, really creative. And
I will say this.
Whether as a duo or a trio, I mean, they pull stuff off that is just almost, it's inconceivable. It's hard to believe that I really just see that.
You know, I'll say this. Both these teams have done so much damage. You see Trey Miguel just laying it in there, dead center of the ring, taking T-Hawk off his feet. It's hard to imagine who's going to win this bout. I've seen so much dished out on both sides.
Wentz. Oh! Leaping enziguri. And we have, double knees right to the back.
Brutal.
Shima really laying it in. And now Desmond Xavier. Oh!
Holy crap.
We have gotten to this, to the Lucha Rules part of the matchup.
And anything, look, the whole match is breaking down. I think that referee Nate needs to get some control here.
Well, as long as it's one man in, one man out, we had that for half a second, but
2 men into the corner there.
Lindemann and Desmond Xavier. Desmond took the brunt of it.
I believe T-Hawk and Trey are still the legal men here, and I think that they are now going at each other.
Lindemann catching Miguel, tag made to Shima. Wow. Yeah, that's impressive.
That's like a home run German suplex.
Lindemann.
Right on the top of that elbow, or the shoulder there. And Trey Miguel thinking with his feet.
Miguel again. Caught by T-Hawk, who gets the knee up. Shima, off the turnbuckles now. Look out for Lindemann. German suplex with the release.
And Trey Miguel looks a lot worse for the wear here.
Lindemann goes flying.
Takes out both the Rascalz on the outside. Trey Miguel in a very precarious situation.
Up in the electric chair, T-Hawk.
And what are the Stronghearts thinking here?
Lindemann, top turnbuckle. Oh! Now Shima going to the top.
Trey Miguel literally begging them to stop.
Diving meteor, a cover, and that's it. The Stronghearts win it. We're cooking now tonight, Nick.
This is one of the best shows I've ever seen, Rich. Top to bottom, there has not been any bout that hasn't delivered so far.
Hashtag Warrior Wrestling 8. The Stronghearts representing OVE getting the win here tonight over the Rascalz.
OVE and AEW. Of course, the Rascalz representing Impact Wrestling.
Still to come, we have 2 War of Attrition matches. Titles are on the line.
And we're going to see, is there going to be a sign of respect here between these two teams? We've seen that a couple times tonight already.
Warrior Wrestling truly bringing all-stars from around the world of professional wrestling to one spot. Right here in Chicago. We're going to get a handshake. I imagine we will. I hope we do.
Oh, it looks like we're getting a little...
I wouldn't mind a little more action. Let's go for round 2.
Sure, bring it on.
There we go.
I love it, Rich. This is what Warrior Wrestling is all about. Bringing in the best talent in the world, pushing themselves to their extremes, and showing that sign of respect at the end.
Hey you! Are you a professional wrestling fan? Check out the High Spots Wrestling Network. Hours and hours of the best pro wrestling on the planet. Streaming on your phone, tablet, PC, and available on Roku. Thousands of videos, all the top indie promotions. So what are you waiting for, champ? Head over to www.highspotswrestlingnetwork.com and check it out today. Hashtag HSWN. It's the best $9.99 in the biz.
The next match on our countdown was a slugfest. UFC's Filthy Tom Lawler versus Killer Kross. Check it out.
Probably became most known to North American fans by his presence on Impact Wrestling. A lot of brutal, hellacious battles with top stars like Moose and Eddie Edwards, Brian Cage. But now he's a different man. He's off the leash here. He's doing his own thing. Again, recently took to the streets of Vegas, seeking out Jon Moxley. Took him on in a confrontation. Now looking to bigger and better things here. And what better way to get momentum going here for whatever's next in life than a victory over former UFC competitor, Filthy Tom Lawler.
And former MLW World Heavyweight Champion. But you're right, Filthy Tom Lawler from his time in the UFC. A record of 10-6, 8 stoppages. 4 of them by way of submission. So Filthy Tom.
Filthy Tom is cleaned up a little bit here. Nice new haircut.
And shaved that beard off too. Now this is what I was. This is much slower, obviously, than what we saw last time we were here against Ridgeway. I felt that the two of them zipped around the ring pretty well, but a very simple, old-school grappling style. I mean, look at this. This is incredible stuff.
You know, and that's the thing, Rich. It's a very, we've seen a lot of lucha action here tonight, and then there's wonderful, and there's a place for that, but what we're going to see here right now is we are going to see 2 wrestlers, 2 athletes here. They're going to try to find every little nook and cranny, every little ability to try to work their opponent down. We're going to see the legs get worked. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of arm holds and neck holds here. And again, you can see Tom Lawler here taking position, and this is still pro wrestling. You get to the ropes, the holds have got to be broken. It's not like you're in an octagon here.
And what were you saying about about Killer Kross's match with Bloodsport?
Bloodsport, yeah, he took on Davey Boy Smith Jr. in one of the most talked about matches coming out of WrestleMania weekend. Just a very physical, brutal confrontation there. Davey Boy Smith coming out on top. But of course, Davey Boy Smith, one of the best pure athletes on the entire planet here. But you get into a ring like that with a guy like Davey Boy Smith, you get pushed to your limits there, you come up just short, you come out on the other side a little bit better than you did the time before.
Spinning heel kick by Filthy Tom.
Taking a picture here of pro wrestling with that kick there from Filthy Tom.
He's adapted quite well to the ring, hasn't he?
Yeah, look, acting like another tactician here from the world of pro wrestling. Bret Hart looks like he's going for the sharpshooter right in the middle of the ring. Excellent position here.
Legs cloverleafed. And Filthy Tom
And this is where you can see him look at that, the way he pushed back his ankle there so that the tips of his toes pressing right up against his chest, and
slipped out.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
I was half thinking that Tom was going to take the left knee and put it into the back to keep Killer Kross in place, and now Kross reaching out, trying to grab hold of the bottom rope.
You know, I used to go to Texas. I used to go to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo down in Texas, and I've seen cattle tied up that way.
You just went for the mutton busting.
I do like a good mutton.
Filthy Tom Lawler. Again out, extending the hand.
A sign of respect here. Now, if I'm Kross, I'm questioning this. Tom Lawler wants to be such a good guy, not in the ring. There are no friends here.
You just mentioned Davey Boy Smith Jr. Had a fantastic match recently in Major League Wrestling against Timothy Thatcher.
I saw that.
It's got a lot of praise.
Yeah, I saw that match. That was a very. This is my style. I like watching two big, brutal men go in there and try to tie each other up in knots. And look at this right now. Filthy Tom Lawler throwing some blows too. Good for him. Get it in there. This is how you're going to tenderize that meat, put him on the ground, and get him ready for the slaughter.
Filthy Tom teaming up with the Von Erichs coming up in Dallas.
Huge match. Their dad, Kevin Von Erich, coming in for that one.
Yeah, we'll be ringside for that. Dallas, Texas on September the 7th against Contra Union. Right now it is Killer Kross and Filthy Tom Lawler. Killer Kross 6'4", 249.
Big boy. And look at that big boy. Oh! Moving around like he's nothing, Rich.
He's got a little bit of size on Lawler. About 2 inches or so, and give him about 35 pounds.
And a big kick there from Killer Kross.
Beautiful suplex, float over into the cover. Keeps hold of the arm and into the arm breaker.
And another submission. You're gonna see a lot of that here. Power move, ground pound, 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 get him down, grab a limb, work that limb.
See the way that he's able to keep control of the arm.
Well, Filthy Tom right now trying to prevent Killer Kross from getting the full extension on the arm, and now he's tied him up in his own little knot, and it's
what a
Filthy
counter.
Tom. Filthy Tom going for that arm bar. And look, Killer Kross using the same tactic there to try to avoid his arm getting completely extended, clasping his hands together there. That's all really you can do in that situation while you roll around.
But did you see what Filthy Tom did? Is now Kross able to reach out and get the foot on the bottom rope. Filthy Tom, instead of just trying to pry the arms free, said, the heck with that, just started pounding away at the knuckles, and that'll leave your fingers numb.
You know, and here's the thing about Filthy Tom. Filthy Tom had surgery about 2 years ago.
Wait a minute here. Exploder suplex and Killer Kross.
Woke him up?
You think it did?
I don't know. He seems pretty alert here as he comes to his feet.
Oh! I think you're right.
Yeah, Filthy Tom should have seen that. You know, I get it. You put a lot of punishment on a normal human being and they're going to stay down. But Killer Kross is not a normal human being, Rich. I know he's got some blood here on his chin right now. Killer Kross been busted open here, it looks like. Maybe popped one of his teeth on the bottom. And, Filthy Tom on his back here, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's at a disadvantage. A lot you can do here. But wait, Killer Kross grabbing that ankle.
Twisting.
Shades at Kurt Angle.
Has control with the bottom arm, using the top arm, the left arm to apply the pressure and twist the toe the opposite way. Filthy Tom thought he grabbed the rope.
Yeah, grabbed that rope. Almost, well, didn't. He got his fingertips on it, was able to grab it. The referee didn't call it. Kross dragged him back to the middle of the ring. And now Filthy Tom,
Kross steps right into the sternum.
And look at that face of dominance right there. Now this is good that he's got Tom Lawler down right now. Obviously, it's going to help him take control, and a couple big blows never hurt. But like I was going to bring up earlier, Filthy Tom Lawler had surgery about 2 years ago on his right forearm. He had a big steel plate dropped in there. And if he's able to, you know, and it's pro wrestling here right now, if he's able to get the right angle, you could be getting a big metal bat get slammed against your knuckles or your leg there when he's trying to break up a hold you got on him.
Filthy Tom, fireman's carry. Don't ever question Tom's strength. Airplane spin. Death Valley driver by Lawler, but does he have enough to roll over into a cover?
He's got to get up. He's got to take advantage of it. You know, you see that big helicopter spin he did there right just a second ago, and you say, oh, what a fun thing he just did. It's not just a fun thing, Rich. It's a way to discombobulate your opponent. It's a way to take them down, make them feel like they don't know where they are. They're all dizzy. Makes them easier to grab and assault.
Both men need to be up by 10. Killer Kross uses the 7 count, pops right back up, and there's Filthy Tom laying in the strikes. Oh! Quickly answered by Killer Kross. Filthy Tom again, back to his feet, pounding, kicking, striking, and Killer Kross with a forearm. Oh, and what a chop!
You know,
Filthy Tom right back up. The governor's been pulled off. Oh, what a German suplex by Lawler.
You know, this match has really surprised me, Rich. And here we go. Wait, Filthy Tom going for that rear naked choke right now. He's put a lot of men away with this one. Slowly you start to feel your throat collapse in. It becomes harder to breathe. You're using so much energy to try to work your way out of it. And Kross giving the big middle finger salute there to the referee as he asks him if he's gonna give up. And Tom having to reposition himself. The neck muscles there of Killer Kross so big. The referee, one more drop, and I believe, oh, that's the second. One more drop here. Nope, Kross here. That wasn't a drop. He had control when he put his hand down.
Oh, well, the official was right there, could tell that. Kross was still able to fight. Belly to back suplex, and Killer Kross misses with the kick. A staggering Lawler into the rear naked choke.
And it was that half-second stutter step that I think put him in position to get that in.
Again with the suplex. Killer Kross into the cover. Legs are haunted. Did he get him?
Barely a kick out there. I don't even know if that was Tom Lawler knowing it or just a muscle reflex. Kind of spasmed like a fish on a deck. And where does Killer Kross go from here? Oh, look at that. The triangle choke out of nowhere here. And Killer Kross caught the anaconda squeeze.
Filthy Tom mindful to keep the right shoulder off the mat.
Yeah,
referee, great position.
You don't want to accidentally get pinned here.
Deadlift. Power bomb by Kross. Jackknife into the cover, and that's it.
What a contest.
Our final match on today's countdown was a dream match. The first time ever, anywhere. OVE, Ohio versus Everything, took on SCU, SoCal Uncensored. It was the main event of Warrior Wrestling 4, and it rocked the house.
And Jake, yeah, I was just about to say, Jake Christ
yeah,
starting off for the Impact unit. And that is Frankie Kazarian starting things off for the SCU. SoCal Uncensored. Kazarian, you know he's a bass player, right?
Yeah, he's a bass player for I wrote down the name of his band.
Vex Temper.
That is right. Vex Temper, the name of his band.
I haven't heard them. Have you heard them?
I've heard Kaz play bass before. He was on the Cruise of Jericho. I know he was jamming out with Papa Buck and Fozzy and all that. So I've heard Kaz play. I haven't had the chance to catch him live. But look at this, OVE.
Yeah, Sammy Callahan threw a chair into the ring. Scorpio Sky quickly disposes of it. This thing could get out of hand quick with these 6 guys out here.
You know,
especially with Sami Callihan. I mean, just chaos seems to follow him around.
look, I know that SCU is a veteran group of men here, but let's be real. You know, with the being the elite stuff at AEW, they're frolicking, fun, fancy-free, smoking cigars, going to the Super Bowl. I don't want to say they've gone soft, but you got to be able to be as hard as OVE. I mean, these are psycho killers, are OVE.
Daniels and Kazarian have their own comic book line. Kazarian, also, you talk about, you know, all the different deals, different things. He's part of it. Actually part of that cigar business with Cody Rhodes, American Rebel Cigars.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, OVE has really made Dayton, Ohio their base of operations. Jake Christ actually owns a tire store there.
He does?
Dave Christ, Sami Callihan, they run Rockstar Pro, which is based in Dayton, Ohio. They've recently just opened their own bar and performance venue. So a lot of things going on, all surrounding professional wrestling, and you wonder sometimes with all these distractions going on, how do you focus on what it's really all about? And that's getting victories here in the squared circle in the ring.
You know, and that's the thing. SCU arguably riding a huge wave of momentum here right now, but you cannot slouch on OVE. Jake Christ is taking a big risk here.
Flying cross body into the cover.
Jake
Only
Christ
gets a 1 count.
He's the definition of, I think, the modern hybrid wrestler.
Jake or Dave?
Jake Christ. Jake
Okay.
Christ here. Well, Dave Christ, also a great wrestler, but Jake Christ, you know, he had his first Ultimate X match at Impact's Homecoming. He's going to be having another Ultimate X match at United We Stand WrestleMania weekend. This guy knows how to get the job done under crazy circumstances.
Beautiful drop kick connects. Scorpio Sky. Caught Chris right in the chin. With a knee backbreaker, Sky into the cover, doesn't hook the leg. Christ is out at 2. An event here tonight in what has been a highly anticipated and a highly exciting night of action in Chicagoland. Looking forward to coming back here on, what is it, May the 12th, right? Mother's Day.
May the 12th, yeah, absolutely.
Warrior Wrestling 5. We just heard the announcement. Tessa Blanchard and Jordan Grace will compete for the first ever Warrior Wrestling Women's Championship. And you hear the chant for the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels. Slingshot in with the elbow drop. The tag was made. There's a leg drop, and now Scorpio Sky with a splash.
Great teamwork there from SCU.
And Scorpio Sky, not the legal man.
And a good job on referee Brian Stifler here on being able to catch that.
Got to be tough to keep track of who's who and who's supposed to be in there, but and fantastic job by our official. I believe Kazarian is the legal man.
I believe he is as well. And great work here by SCU, getting Jake pulled away from OVE.
Oh! Less of a drop kick and more of a kind of like a slingshot double stomp, really.
Those three doing such a good job.
Hold on here into the cover. And Jake Christ powers out at 2. Dave and Callihan waiting for their opportunity, but so far SCU has cut the ring, I'd say, less than in half. They've cut it into a third.
Yeah, Jake Christ here, I mean, he is dwindling energy-wise here. I mean, you can see his eyes starting to get a little foggy. He's sweating a lot. He's getting a little winded. He wants to get to his corner and pull Daniels with him, and he was successful, but Daniels able to sneak away.
Now all 6 men in the ring. This could be a powder keg. Here we go, Nick.
We got two rival factions here in full-on warfare.
And brawling to the outside, those broken guardrails from earlier on with LA Park.
That's right, we could have some jagged steel out there, real easy to cut yourself.
Kazarian and Dave Christ. I think Dave Christ has dug his thumb into Kazarian's left eye. Christopher Daniels stalking. And Dave Christ is being stalked.
Dave Christ, it looks like he's on the prowl. I'm very confused. Our cameraman appears to been compromised in all the action out here. I'm going to let my own eyes follow the action here as I look at the ring.
There's Daniels and Jake Christ on the outside of the ring. Look out.
Looks like Scorpio and
Uh-oh.
Dave
Oh!
Christ. No, that's Jake Christ right there. That's getting a
Went after Daniels' left eye.
Scorpio Sky joining in on the beatdown of Jake, who's really taking the most punishment here from OVE.
Not a lot of room between the front row, the guardrail, and the ring, huh? Look at that. Now, somehow, after all of that, now I don't blame the official, but somehow Scorpio Sky is in there as the legal man. There was never a tag.
Yeah, I'm a little confused here right now, and the referee, I'm sure, has done a great job of trying to keep order, but maybe just best to let these guys fight. Beautiful bit of offense there from Dave Christ.
At this point, it's really just, every man for himself. Legal, not legal, doesn't really matter, I suppose. You try keeping track of it and try keeping these guys in line.
I mean, when you got these kinds of young lions in there, you got to let them fight.
Sami Callihan with the suplex. Oh! Christopher Daniels with the STO.
I can just feel the back of my head popping off that mat.
The fallen angel, Christopher Daniels, is promptly blinded by Callihan. Digging those thumbs, those fingernails on the dirt and grime. You've seen Sami Callihan. Oh! You know what a disgusting individual he is.
And you know, look, we will not hear the end of it from Sami if OVE is able to take down SCU tonight.
Main event action here in Chicagoland. Scorpio Sky.
Oh, wow, right across the jaw.
A full head of steam, and Jake Christ was able to get the leg up. Now, Kazarian looking around. Christ again. Sent up and over. Able to use the middle rope to get some leverage, but that only served to hurt him even more. Dave Christ with a page out of Bugs Bunny's playbook.
Yeah, but brought out of the cartoons and right into the real world here tonight, Rich.
Say that again.
Brought out of the comics and into the real world. You want me to say it 5 times fast?
No, it's quite all right. Here's Sami Callihan. He just tossed himself over the rope, I think.
His own momentum carried him to the outside. And
Daniels may have pushed down on that top rope as Callihan, like the Tasmanian devil, charged right at him.
It is incredible to me how many different variations of the moonsault Christopher Daniels can hit. Every one of them beautiful.
Jake Christ holding on to Daniels' leg, trying to... Wow, that created the distraction that he needed. Brainbuster by Callihan. It prevented Daniels from getting back in the ring, and now Callihan dragging the lifeless fallen angel across the ring. And the sole of the boot right into the eyes. It is Dave Christ going to work. Daniels, who was blinded earlier by not only Callihan, but Christ as well, by digging the thumb into his eyes. Christ did the same thing to Kazarian. It's a 2 count there. Daniels again. Powers out at 2, and Dave Christ, who's just abusing the fallen angel. Just very subtle things that Chris does, like the way that he places he put you in a chin lock, but placing the thumb in such a way that it digs into your cheekbone or digs into your eye or maybe fish hooks your cheek a little bit.
Well, that's the thing is OVE, it's not just that they're mean, it's not that they're dangerous, it's that they're smart. Maybe too smart for their own good. Technically sound with an edge, just like that.
Case in point, perfect example. Nothing more needs to be said. And as Scorpio Sky trying to let the official know what's going on, all that's doing is allowing OVE to run rampant on Christopher Daniels.
And this is where Dave Christ is in his element. Dave Christ, I don't know
if here, shoulders are down, and Daniels out at 2. And again, in that small triangular portion of the ring in that corner.
Good. I mean, I'm glad to see OVE turning the tides here. I mean, they're tangoing with SCU here. They got to get on the same page here. They lost it earlier in the match, and now they're trying to get that momentum. Jake Kross here with a beautiful submission hold applied. And he, of all of the screws that are loose at OVE, I think Jake might have the most loose. Something not right up top there with that guy.
You think that there are more screws rattling around in his head than Sami Callihan?
See, but with Sammy's the captain, though, right? He's got enough wherewithal to be able to keep this group in line. I don't think Jake has that.
Tandem maneuver, wheelbarrow, cover. And, well, Sami Callihan, the legal man. Johnny on the spot, our official here tonight.
And good on him. Again, referee Brian Stifler here doing a great job of keeping an eye on who all is involved in this match. And right now, Sami Callihan just trying to flush all the oxygen out of Christopher Daniels' body. And you can see with that wrist underneath his chin there.
Not a lot of daylight there, huh?
No.
It's very close to being a choke.
Kind of pushing his Adam's apple a little further back in his throat.
Daniels trying to find something that's untapped to fight back, but Callihan quickly snuffs that out. Jake Kross and Callihan again with a tandem maneuver. Running corner splash. Irish whip splash. Callihan and Kross. I think they're going to the well one too many times here.
And Daniels has got to get to his corner.
Uh-oh. Callihan up and over the top rope. Daniels not sure
looking at the wrong corner.
Yeah, he's not sure which way to turn. Can he get there? Callihan pulled Scorpio Sky.
Dave Kross got, it looks like Kazarian.
Cover. And Kross got Kazarian. And Sky was yanked off the ring apron by Callihan. And now Jake Kross with the chin lock applied. Variations by Kross just grinding Daniels down. He had that face lock and the wrist right on the bridge of the nose a little bit earlier on. Right here, very simple chin lock. Transition a bit more into a face lock now as Daniels back to a vertical base and just going to wildly fling. There's Dave Kross with a boot to the back. And quickly, whatever threat there may have been is neutralized by OVE. And Dave into the cover. Daniels again able to power out. He really needs to get to that corner. He was inches away from making a tag. But Dave Kross, Sami Callihan, they knew exactly where to be and when to be there, and they pulled the other members of SCU right off the apron.
And Sami and Jake have both taken turns choking Christopher Daniels, getting the oxygen out of his body. Look at Dave Kross now here, just playing with Daniels, pounding him in the chest, trying to get the last few breaths out of his body.
Daniels still digging deep. I mean, he's still got fight in him, but every time he starts battling back, OVE is there to answer. Now can he make the tag? He was looking around in the wrong corner earlier on.
Yeah, you got Dave Kross going to SCU. Daniels was going to OVE. These guys got to get it turned around.
Daniels able to make the tag, and here comes Scorpio Sky.
House of Fire.
Running clothesline, and Callihan. And Jake Kross paying the price. Reversal on the Irish whip. Double stop by Sky. Jake Kross able to catch the kick. What a maneuver. And a transition by Scorpio Sky as he went for that kick. Had nothing else to do. Transitioned into a cutter. And the offense continues.
And Scorpio Sky had a lot of time to get his breath on the ring apron there.
Callihan was able to slide free off that top turnbuckle. Callihan setting up Sky in the corner. Oh!
And that could be all she wrote right there. What a huge upset.
Kick out at 2.5.
I really thought they had him there.
Obviously, the members of SCU not only looking forward to the launch of AEW, if you will, But looking forward to this May in Las Vegas.
That's
Double
right.
or nothing.
That's right. A couple weeks right after Warrior Wrestling 5.
Just gave away some tickets to that earlier on here tonight. Somebody won that in a raffle. But point being, well, if SCU loses this matchup, you talk about momentum going into a big event. That would have to weigh on their minds, no doubt, that Impact beat them.
Yeah. I mean, and for Impact Wrestling to pick up a victory over, one of AEW's top attractions, that's huge.
We'll see what happens. Kazarian trying to make sure that that is not the case. Dave Chris trying to hold on to the top rope, and again, trying to pin the non-legal man. Look at this, bridging Northern Lights.
Heavy Metal Rebel.
Yeah, he powering out Dave Christ and Jake Christ. Scorpio Sky trying to catch his breath in his corner.
And Frankie Kazarian really looking in the best shape of his career here right now.
Just tagging right hands, the members of OVE.
Shades of Brian Cage versus the Rascalz right here.
Triple big boot. Slows Kazarian down. Dave Chris with Kazarian up in the electric chair.
Time to play a little chicken.
Oh! Gigantic electric chair cutter. Scorpio Sky and Christopher Daniels able to break up the cover in triplicate. Our main event here tonight in Chicago. Warrior Wrestling 4. So happy you could join us on the High Spots Wrestling Network. OVE taking on SCU. Kazarian. Sky. And now Daniels. Hold on, cover.
Callahan just barely able to snake his way in there.
Thought for a second there Daniels was going to go to the top.
It looked that way.
Callahan has neutralized the situation as OVE tries to regain control, but it is Kazarian with other ideas. Callahan with a big boot. Kazarian off the ropes. Double knee face breaker. Jake Christ.
Dave Christ
Or
now.
Dave Christ, I should say. Scorpio Sky now with a running high knee.
Giant knee to the face.
Callahan with another big boot. Here comes Daniels. Callahan misses. Daniels with an enziguri.
And there's Jake Christ.
Big super kick. Oh! Spinning heel kick. Oh, look out. Oh, God, the referee got hammered. The referee got hammered.
And even if they're able to get the pin, the referee's down. What do you do in this situation?
Daniels was set to go for the Angels wings. It is, yeah, there it is. But the referee is down and out.
One of SCU's got to go over there and grab that referee. And wait, that's Jessica Havoc.
What's she doing back out here? She has no place being back out here. She has no place in the ring to begin with.
She laid out Britt Baker and Kylie Ray earlier tonight.
Choke bomb by Jessica Havoc.
Squarely in the corner of OVE, and she is making her presence felt. And out to the rescue here. Look.
Oh, hold on. That's Kylie Ray and Britt Baker. We mentioned it earlier, the first two signees of AEW. Double super kicks. This really is AEW versus Impact, isn't it?
AEW in full effect here.
Kylie Ray, suicide dive. Takes out Callahan. Takes out Havoc. Jake Christ is stirring.
The Chris brothers in there alone right now with Kazarian.
Daniels laid out in the corner. Kazarian shoves Jake into Dave. Scorpio Sky with a cutter off the ropes. Jake Christ able to hold on to the top rope. Kazarian with a big cutter. And it is now 3-on-1. SCU in position to put this thing away. Oh, beautiful. That's it. Team SCU wins it. Kazarian, Daniels, and Sky.
Team AEW wins it, Rich. SCU stands tall. Back up from Britt and Kylie Ray.
That's it for today's episode of Warrior Wrestling's Greatest Matches. We'll see you next time.